There are some topics which are left in conjunctivitis. Let us finish those topics. We are going to talk about the allergic conjunctivitis. In the last lecture, we have talked about the acute conjunctivitis due to the viral infection, adenovirus infection, and some membranous conjunctivitis, pseudomembranous conjunctivitis. Now let us talk about the allergic conjunctivitis. It is usually seasonal, occurs in some particular seasons, usually in the windy, when there is lot of wind or dust in the atmosphere. At that time, the allergic conjunctivitis occurs. The causes are seasonal: dust, smoke, pollen grains, birds' feather, hairs, mold spur, MOULD, mold spurs. These are the causes which can cause allergic conjunctivitis. Besides this, the allergic conjunctivitis also can occur with some drugs also. If some patient is using some drugs, that can cause allergy also. Pathophysiology. It is a type 1 hypersensitivity reaction mediated by the IgE antibody, which is bound to the mast cells. The binding of the antigen IgE, the pro-inflammatory mediators like histamines, leukotrienes, they are released and they cause the itching. Clinical feature. There is transient attack. The patient complains, the itching, burning, watering, and the redness. Sign. The papillary reaction, usually in the lower conjunctival pharynx, some conjunctival papillary reactions are seen. The eye is congested, the lids are swollen. In such cases, you have to give the mast cell stabilizer, 2% sodium chromoglycolate drugs, 6 hourly. This chromoglycolate, which is the mast cell stabilizer, blocks the mast cells so that the leukotrienes and the histamines are not released, and the patients will have no any itching and get relief. So, 2% sodium chromoglycolate drugs, which can be used 6 hourly. Cold water sponging or ice cold sponging, that also gives the relief. And avoid the precipitating cause, which has precipitated the allergic reaction. That should be avoided. Whether drug is causing or some pollen grain dust, this should be avoided. Sometimes you may need the steroid drops to control the condition, but mind it, always you should not use the steroids, only if it is not controlled by the sodium chromoglycolate. Only in that stage you can use the steroid drops. It is contraindicated, means it precipitates the glaucoma and it causes the cataract. So, it is not better to prescribe the steroids from your level. Only you can use the sodium chromoglycolate. In the refractive cases, mean the refractory cases, those who do not respond to the sodium chromoglycolate, only in that stage only you can use the steroid drops for the shorter period in the tapering dose. Next topic is ophthalmia neonatorum. Any conjunctivitis which occurs within the month, within the neonatal period, is known as ophthalmia neonatorum. Means just after the birth to up to the 1 month of age. If the child has acute conjunctivitis, then this condition is known as ophthalmic interim. It is a dangerous condition which can cause the blindness. If you are unable to treat the condition urgently, it is an emergency case. It should be managed urgently, otherwise the child becomes blind. The causative organisms. On the first day, previously silver nitrate was used, but nowadays silver nitrate is not used. Other sablone and betadine and other chemicals which are used during the preparation of the purpurium at the antenatal periods or during the delivery stage, that can enter into the child's eye and can cause chemical conjunctivitis. Means first day, it can occur with the chemicals which are used during the preparation of the purpurium at the time of the birth. On the second day, or second and third day, the Neisseria gonorrhoeae, if it is lodged in the vaginal canal of the mother, that can enter in the child's eye and can cause the ophthalmia neonatum, and it causes a severe type of ophthalmia neonatum. On the fourth day, on to fifth day also, other bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Haemophilus fungi, this can cause ophthalmia neonatum on the fourth and fifth day. If it occurs on the sixth day of the birth, it may be due to the herpes simplex, sixth or seventh day herpes simplex. If it occurs after 7 days, means 8th day onwards, it may be due to the chlamydia trachomatis, which can occur on the mother's vaginal canal, trachomatis, chlamydia vaginalis, which can cause the severe conjunctivitis. And after 16 days onwards, other bacteria also can cause ophthalmic neonatum. This day-wise is for the remembrance for you, so that we can remember. If it occurs on second day, fourth day, or fifth day, then you can assess what are the different types of causative agents. The clinical features, there is lid swelling, the child has the purulent discharge, the eyes are congested. If you strain, this is the feature of the Neisseria gonorrhoeae, which can cause the typical type of ophthalmic neonatum. So if you strain the discharge, you can see the gram-negative diplococcus, which is kidney-shaped or bean-shaped. Both kidneys, they are united, or two beans, they are kept face to face, means bone bean-shaped. They take the gram-negative strain. Treatment, it is an emergency condition of the newborn baby. Topical gentamicin, 1% eye drops, which should be installed 2 hourly for 15 days, and tetracycline I-1 3 times for 15 days. Or you can give the benzyl penicillin also, 50,000 units per kg in divided dose. You can make the benzyl penicillin eye drop. Benzyl penicillin eye drop, 40,000 dissolved in 1 ml of distilled water, and it can be installed 2 hourly after 7 to 15 days. It has also the good results. Nowadays, the drug of choice is single dose of cefotaxime, 100 mg per kg, IM start. It is more effective if it is available, cefotaxime. Complication. As the Neisseria gonorrhoeae, which can damage the intact corneal epithelium, so it can cause the keratitis, inflammation of the epithelial cells of the cornea, that lead to the corneal ulcer. And if it is not treated properly, it can cause the perforation of the cornea. And the infection can enter into the inner part of the eyeball, causing the endophthalmitis and finally leading to the blindness. In the Western world also, in Europe also, 50% blindness of the newborn is due to the ophthalmia neonatal. And if it is such havoc in the Western world, then we can assume how much havoc is in our country. Prevention, both father and mothers, they have the examinations to exclude the gonococcus infection and safe prenatal, perinatal and postnatal checkups that also helps to prevent ophthalmia neonatal. Next topic is the corneal keratoconjunctivitis. It is though uncommon but occurs in both eyes. The children and young adults, they are affected, and it is more common in the male. Usually it occurs in the spring season, and the allergens, the dust, smoke, pollen grains, feathers, and hair and mold. These are the precipitating factors which can cause corneal keratoconjunctivitis. It occurs in the spring season, so also known as a spring cataract conjunctivitis also. Pathophysiology. 2/3 cases they are the atopic individuals. 1/3 they have the family history of the asthma, bronchial asthma and eczema. And it is a IgE mediated reaction. If you do the lab test, total count and differential count, the eosinophils they are increased and IgE also increase in the blood. There are two types, and there are three types. Usually there are three types of corneal keratoconjunctivitis. One is palpable type. It is most seen in palpable region, palpable conjunctiva. Limbal type, it is seen in the limbal region, around the cornea, at the junction of the cornea and the sclera. And next third is the mixed type, both palpable as well as the limbal type, both. So there are three types of keratoconjunctivitis or corneal keratoconjunctivitis. The patient complains itching, watering, photophobia, difficulty in seeing the light, irritation, forgetting body sensation, burning, and worse are the spring and summer seasons. And the condition is better or patient gets relief when there is raining or in the cold weather. So the corneal keratoconjunctivitis is more common in the dusty and windy atmosphere where there is exposure to the sun, dust and the wind and smoke. Clinical features. You should know the itching, watering, photophobia, forgetting body sensation, burning, and seasonal variations. Palpable type. If you invert the upper lid, you can see the cobblestone type, giant papillae on inverting the upper lid. The mosaic appearance. Just like if marble plate, they are kept in the house. Similarly, the plate-like appearance, they are seen in the palpable part of the conjunctiva, usually in the upper lid. Limbic type. Conjunctiva is thickened around the limbus. You can see the trans spots or dots on the limbus. In the mixed type, both signs and symptoms are seen. Complication. Punctured keratitis can occur, which lead to the corneal ulcers. Sometimes epithelial plaque on the cornea can be seen. There is soft epithelial scarring The patient, such patient may later on have the keratoconus if you use the steroids for the longer periods. In such cases, glaucoma can be precipitated and the cataract also can occur. Treatment. The treatment is sodium chromoglycolate 2% drops daily, 6 hourly. It has the side effects. The treatment can be prolonged. 20% patients response to luloxamide 0.1% 4 times a day, which is superior to the sodium chromoglycolate. Acetylcysteine 5% drops 4 times a day for the treatment of the plaque formation due to the mucolytic properties. A topical steroid, locally very effective in such cases, but there is chances of precipitating the non-healing ulcer, fungal ulcer, glaucoma and cataract. So mind it, while giving the steroid, you should always think whether the patient has such complication or not. So first give the sodium chromoglycolate. If it is not respond, then later on only you can give steroid on the tapering dose, not for the prolonged period. Sometimes subtarsal Vicodin or triamcinolone injection, 20 milligram injection can be needed in severe cases. Precaution, always take precaution in using the steroids. Flektinular conjunctivitis. It is an uncommon disease, affects children mostly. It is also the allergic conjunctivitis etiology. Post-tuberculosis or family history of tuberculosis. If the patient has suffered from tuberculosis in the past, or if there is history of tuberculosis in the past, or hypersensitivity to the helminthic infections, parasites, or staphylococcal antigens. These are the agents which can cause flektinular conjunctivitis. The patient presents with the symptoms like pain, redness, photophobia in the watering. The patient has obliterate spasm, there is whitish flecting near the limbus, there is congestion at the limbus. Some in tuberculosis there are multiple flectins, whereas in helminthic there is single. This is the one differentiating findings to differentiate between about the causative agents. In tuberculous bone, there is recurrence. The course resolves without any effect. Sometimes it results in complications like ulceration, perforation, scar formation of the cornea. Treatment. Short course of steroid are necessary on the tapering dose. Anti-helminthic drugs can be given. Oral tetracycline is in resistant cases also. If there is recurrent flektinular conjunctivitis, you can treat with anti-tuberculous therapy also. Chronic conjunctivitis. समय कि सकियो सर समय छ कि छ ल After finishing the acute conjunctivitis, let us talk about the chronic conjunctivitis. Trachoma, which is also known as the Khasre Rog. It is a chronic conjunctivitis caused by the chlamydia trachomatis, serotype A, B, B, C, and C, type 1. The precipitating factor are the poor sanitary habits, barracks, hostel, crowded places. If the person lives in the crowded places like barracks, hostels and crowded places, then there is more chance of having the trachoma. In the history, if you go in the history, when the French soldier, they attacked the Egypt, they carried the trachoma to the Europe at the Napoleon period. And it was causing the endemic in the Europe at that period. The vectors are, vector means the agent who transmits the disease, the fomites, fingers, cloth, water, housefly, and mother also. She transmits the disease to the child by her finger. It is a public health problem, and it is a major cause of blindness in the world. About 1/5 population of the world, about 150 million people, they are suffering from the trachoma. Geographical distributions. Indian subcontinent, Central Africa, Middle East, Eastern Asia Pacific regions, they are mostly affected. There are 43 countries which are affected with the trachoma. The trachoma causes 6 million blinds in the world. So in 1980 and 81, Nepal and WHO has run a program. And at that time, the survey shows in Baki and Bardia, in the Sethi and region, 70% blindness was due to trachoma at that period. According to ethnic race, Sakila. At that time, after the cataract, it was the major cause, second major cause of blindness in Nepal. Cataract causes the 72% blindness, and the second was the trachoma. In the rest was Tharu was the more affected at that time. Then second comes the Thakuri, third Magar, and Gurungs, Chetri, Kami, and Brahmins and others. So this is the ethnic variation of affection at the time of 1980-81 survey in the Sethi and region. In 1996, Nepal, at that time, Nepal, the 16 districts of Nepal, they are affected with the trachoma. In 1996 survey, NNGS and Helen Keller International Survey, in the hilly area, they showed it is more in the Jajarkot, 36% in Jajarkot in 1996 survey. Means the disease has migrated from the plain to the hills, and Dailek 27%. Average 5% in Nepal in far western region, and 31% in the far western region. 90% cause of blindness far western regions is due to the trachoma, and the mid-western region also. WHO has a aim to eliminate the blindness up to by 2020. The goal of eliminating the trachoma was planned in 2010, and the program was also run in Nepal. National Trachoma Eliminating Program launched in January 2002 in Nepal, and trachoma elimination progress is running in Nepal. The site of involved is the upper palpebral conjunctiva and corneal epithelium. WHO has classified the trachoma in the different stages. The first stage is the TF, trachomatous follicular stage. This is the active disease. There is inflammations in the palpebral conjunctiva. There are more than 5 follicles. The size measuring the 0.5 mm in size, and it needs urgent treatment. The second is the trachomatous inflammation. It is also active disease. Inflammation coverage, 40% of palpebral conjunctiva is involved. It also needs urgent treatment. TS. If the both above two conditions are not treated in time, then that leads to the trachomatous conjunctivitis, conjunctiva scarring. Conjunctiva undergoes the scarring. There are white glistering lines. Those are known as arc lines. This is the inactive stage of scarring. Then comes the TT, trachomatous trichosis, at least one. It is a diagnostic feature. When there is trichosis means when the eyelashes, they are misdirected. If they grow inwards, this condition is known as the trichosis. And this trichosis that can cause the corneal abrasions and leading to the ulcer. If not treated in time, that leads to the corneal opacity and blindness. Next stage is the trachomatous corneal opacity covering the pupillary area. Thus, the patient finally leads into the blindness, if not properly treated in time. Is it? Launch. धन्यवाद. क्वेश्चन छ सकियो हैन यसको बाँकी छ अब अर्को दिन गर्नु होला सकियो 10 मिनेट भयो हैन र ठिकै छ
एनी क्वेशन बनाए के छ क्वेशन तिमीहरुले यो के रे क्लासमा बस्न मन नहुने प्लिज आउट तिमीहरु जाऊ है पढ्न मन नभए नबस यो जे पाए त्यही लेखेर नबस तिमीहरुले एक दुई जनाले गर्दा सबैको क्लासहरु क्यान्सल हुन सक्छ है तिमीहरु गएर एकदम सरले सबै रिसाइराख्नु हुन्छ के पारा तिमीहरुको पढ्न मन छैन पढ्न मन नहुनेहरु सबै जानुपर्छ नि बसेछ जे पाए त्यही लेखेछ लाज छैन आफ्नो प्यारेन्ट्स जस्तो हैन सबै